Tom, difficult afternoon. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's an afternoon that I will want to forget, but I probably won't for a long time. Everything was set up. Everything in my head was that I'd be speaking to you today. We would have taken the confidence that we got from the win last week into this game against a team that are beatable. Against a team, having watched and analysed them, I knew we would be more mobile then, and we'd be quicker then in terms of individual players. Started the game well, first 5 minutes, and I've said to our players so many times, football's about the crucial moments, and their keepers made a couple of saves within the first 5 minutes that really we should be giving her no chance to be saving. We could go 1-0, 2-0 up, and it might have been a different first half. They didn't get a free kick from a very, very silly challenge, because in all honesty, our players are not the best when it comes to managing situations like that, and that is something that is down to their age and experience, and they will only learn from making those mistakes. Unfortunately, they're having to make the mistakes on my watch at the moment, but the free kick goes in, they score a header, and from there we just folded, and I didn't see that coming at all, because there's no reason for it. It's not like we've come into the game nervous or apprehensive. Everyone was confident. We've had a good week of training, but as soon as that goal went in, we bottled it. We literally bottled it. Then it's a question of, okay, how do you react? Can you stay in the game? Can you get them on the back foot? Because we did in the first 5 minutes, so I'm not sure why we can't do that and react to the first goal going in. And then all of a sudden the second goal goes in, and then heads just went from the sideline. We were actually looking at the players and thinking we didn't really understand, or we didn't know the players. It's like they weren't the players that we've been working with in the last couple of weeks to try and turn this situation around. So at half time, we've gone in there and I've said to them, listen, this is not acceptable from a pure effort point of view. No one was talking, no one was making the extra 10-yard runs, busting a gut to get into position, to make challenges. So for me, I said to myself, do you know what? The best thing I can do is I owe it to the 5 substitutes that have turned up here, because obviously we didn't have a goalkeeper today. 5 substitutes, get yourselves on. Can't be any worse than what we saw in the first half. Some people were saying, oh yeah, but what if you get an injury? So what? We were basically playing with 2 or 3 players in the first half anyway. So I made that change because I wanted, that's in my control. So I wanted to make that point to say, do you know what? It can't be any worse than the physical desire that we showed in the first half. You 5 go on, show me what you can do. Show me that you've got that desire and can bring that tempo. And in fairness, they did. But the game was out of sight, unfortunately.
As you mentioned there, you made those 5 changes at half time. Is it important for not just for fresh legs but fresh minds going into that after the first half performance?
Well, I mean, something had to change, obviously. I mean, if you talk about mindset, yeah, your mind controls what you do with your legs, right, and your body. And for some reason, the outfield players in the first half, bar 1 or 2, just completely gave up. And what I said to the 5 that came on is, if you give 100%, which is the bare minimum to any football player, because it's in your control to give 100%. It's not difficult to give 100%. You give 100%, then you would have done a hell of a lot more than what some of those players did in the first half.
Obviously, we're still looking for our first point of the season. Where do you think we need to change necessarily to change our fortunes at the minute?
Well, what we did today was moved our best player. Let's have it right. Let's make no mistake. She's our best player, Sophie, the captain, from centre back to centre forward, because she's ridiculously quick and she actually has got a good eye for goal. We've tried it in training this week and she was scoring goals for fun. So my message to the players today was, let's take this game to the opposition. Yeah, we're not playing Ipswich Town. We're not playing #United, where we might need to think about how they're going to come on to us in terms of our shape. Yeah, we're playing Cardiff City, who, don't get me wrong, they're a decent team and they've had some good results, but this is us at our home ground, where we've got good technical players. Let's take the game to the opposition today. That's why we put Sophie up top. I didn't feel that it necessarily worked, and like I said to the players, that's where I can hold my hands up and say, sometimes, as a coach, as a manager, you've got to make those bold decisions, because at the end of the day, it's not like the goals have been flying in for us so far this season. So, putting her up top with the pace, we thought would cause them problems, and it did cause them problems in the first 5-10 minutes, but then we just got overrun in the midfield and couldn't get hold of the ball. We couldn't create anything in the final third for her to even have a sniff at. So, I think on Tuesday we will probably go down a similar route, in terms of we will go with a more loaded team in the attacking sense. But we've got to want it. We've got to want it. If we win on Tuesday, all of a sudden 3 points is huge, and then you're back in. But that was meant to be today, unfortunately. That was meant to be today, but it didn't work out that way.
Obviously, we've got Chatham on Tuesday. It's a very important game. How will the next few days look for the group?
Well, we won't see them, obviously, because normally we train on a Tuesday. I've got my stadium ban, so I'm not going to be at the game. So Vinny will be in charge. We'll actually see who's available. There was a couple of them that got knocks today towards the end, and also with it being such a early departure from here, there may be a few that have issues with work, so we'll have to look at who's actually going to be available for the squad. But we've registered some players over the last few days. We held a very successful trial day a couple of Tuesdays ago. We've picked up 6 or 7 good players. 2 of them are in the squad today. Like I said to the players before the game today, this is the first time, believe it or not, that I've actually been able to pick a squad, which makes a difference as a coach. You want to be able to pick based on performance levels. So some players missed out today, and if I'd have had my time again, hindsight's a wonderful thing, maybe a couple of them that missed out would have been playing today, because they would have done a better job than some of the players that were out there today, that's for sure.
Tom, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lewis.